StarCraft 2 player CoCa returns after a very long hiatus. How you doing? I'm Gary Gannon with this break. On the line, we've got our very own StarCraft 2 expert, Mr. Callum Lawrence. Callum, why such a long break for CoCa?
Well, he was actually involved in a match-fixing scandal. It was all the way back a few months ago during the ESV Korean Weekly, where the top prize was actually a spot into Code A. CoCa was already in Code S, and so he forfeited a match for one of his friends, Ghost King Prime, also known as Beyond. And he just threw this game, and he was discredited by the entire community. He gave up his seed in Code S, and he was basically removed by his team Slayers.
Does this happen very often in the esports community? Teammates throwing games and matches for friends or other teammates?
Well, it doesn't really happen that often, but there have been whisperings of it happening before. Like Naniwa threw his game in the GSL. It wasn't for a friend or anything like that. He just thought there was no point in him playing it, seeing as he was not going to get any further. It just seems like players just get to that mindset where they don't want to play the game and they throw it, which is a bit unprofessional. Or you get examples like MVP versus Nesty at BlizzCon.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say that Nesty threw that game because there was no way he could have come back. The MVP could have come back from that. So it's a big questionable debate.
Haven't we also been seeing like just players maybe not like throwing the matches, but them sort of just getting frustrated at different things, like if there's a little bit of lag or something like that, and just kind of getting angry and like leaving the match or something? Haven't we seen that kind of thing as well?
We've seen that recently, as I was talking about Naniwa. He threw his game against Nesty in the GSL because he thought, well, there's no point in me even playing this match because it's not going to affect the outcome of the tournament. And there was one tournament, I believe it was IEM, where he experienced a little bit of lag, and he just decided, I'm not going to participate in this, and just threw the game. And just getting to that point where pros aren't being as professional as they should be.
Is that a problem with, like, I mean, because we're dealing with a quite young audience. StarCraft 2 community players, a lot of them are kind of young. Are we just... It scares me because we all want to see esports kind of become, sort of viewed as an actual real sport and just kind of have the weight that it actually needs. But I feel like if players like this kind of just, fly off the handle, don't treat it professionally like that, it's really going to injure esports as a whole.
Well, it's all based around personality, really, because you get players like EG's Idra, who just leaves games in a fit of rage because he thinks he's lost them, and it turns out he's actually already ahead. But then you get players like Naniwa who just be maybe a tad just not professional enough as they should be. It's just a mix of personality and just some people who are taking it too far. But the CoCa incident was a bit too much.
So what's in store for CoCa now that he's back with Slayers?
Well, he's going to be trying to get back into Code A and probably Code S because he was on one hell of a run before he quit. He'd just come off of a recent really good result. It was second place at MLG Rally. He was in Code S, he'd made it 2-0 in his first group and then had to forfeit his next group. So he could be coming back to the Slayer's house and performing pretty well.
Well, we'll keep an eye on his career, and I hope that the StarCraft pros actually act a little bit more like pros. For all your game news and more, come on over to GameBreaker.tv and keep your web browser dialed in all day, every day to GameBreaker.tv. See you next time.